Hello friends, and not yet friends. Welcome back to another What I Ate Wednesday, the weekly show where I share all my tasty vegan eats in a day. Plus, by request, I'll show you the easy way I make homemade naan. But first, tea. Still on the butterfly pea flower train, it's a relaxing train, calming, meditative, and so cozy, especially since the last few mornings have been chilly as hay. And I guess they will only get chillier. By the way, I'll apologize in advance if I sound funny for this voiceover. I think it's just a really dry air. Anyways, on the same cozy note, there's rolled oats underneath that chopped apple, water and spices. It's pumpkin pie spice and brown sugar left over from making donuts. That goes in the microwave for a few minutes until it comes out like this. The apple soft but not mushy. The oats slightly sweetened by fruit and cooked through but still holding their shape. It's like having apple pie. I guess really healthy apple pie without any crust, so I guess it's not really like apple pie at all. But you know what I mean. You guys have been asking me for ages to share my naan recipe, so today I'll do just that. It's incredibly simple, basically the same as making pizza dough: water, yeast, flour, salt. You can add oil, which adds to the naan's chewy texture, but I just didn't think of it today. You could also add vegan yogurt, but I didn't have any handy. It would add a little extra flavor and softness, but if you added that, you want to add a little extra flour too. I let it proof right in the food processor for about a half an hour before dividing it up. You could let it sit longer, for an hour or so until it doubles in size, which makes the naan chewier and nicer. Actually, if you let it sit in the fridge overnight, that develops the flavor even more, but it requires planning ahead, something I just don't want to do. I also knead each piece and roll it into a little ball. Then, starting with the first ball you make, or I made, pull the pieces into a flat shape. Hand pulling or pressing gives you a really nice rustic look. And since I didn't proof the dough very long, it isn't as elastic as it should be or could be, but hey, we do our best. You can also roll these out if you want, with a rolling pin, but personally I just like that rustic hand-pulled look. Then, preheat your pan. I'm using a non-stick grill pan over medium-high heat. To make sure your pan is hot enough, just drip a couple drops of water on there, and if it sizzles and evaporates right away, you know it's hot enough. Then you can stick the dough right in the pan. It'll start to puff up in a half a minute or so. Flip it. Give it another half minute and flip it again. You might get some bubbling in the middle. That's nice because it separates the naan like a pita, but with this barely proofed dough, it doesn't always happen. I have a habit of pressing down the bubbles. I don't think you have to, it's just, I find it fun. Be really careful though, as the bubble might have a hole or two in there, and hot steam might vent when you do this and get your fingers. Ask me how I know. Actually, don't ask me, you do know. You could probably guess. I burnt myself. More than once. Sadly. Flip it a couple more times, making sure you get the browning you want in between, and place the naan on a clean cloth and cover it so the heat and moisture stay in. As you cook the next pieces, you might find they cook faster, so you can turn the heat down if you feel like they're charring more than you'd like. Soon you'll have a pile of hot, steamy, soft naan. Obviously, I had to have a piece for quality control. Even though we made these so quickly, they're still stretchy and soft and delicious. Then, since this was lunchtime, I made a sandwich with roasted garlic spread, along with store-bought seasoned pressed tofu. It's similar to smoked tofu in texture, but it isn't smoked. They add soy sauce and some other seasonings to it. I got it from T&T if you're wondering. Fresh Roma tomato, and half a perfectly ripe avocado. This is one great sandwich. I love me a simple avocado tomato tofu sandwich, but that roasted garlic sauce just takes everything to the next level. So delicious. Now, in the middle of all this, while I had flour up to the elbows, the postman came with a delivery. Yes, that is the Edgy Veg cookbook. They sent it to me so I could do a cookbook review for you. How nice of them! You guys have been asking for cookbook reviews again, and yes, I am bringing them back soon. I also recently got America's Test Kitchen's Vegan for Everyone cookbook because a few of you requested it, and I wanted to do that review. Not sure which book I will review first, so let me know which one you'd rather see first in the comments below. I love cookbooks, but physical books don't love me. My tendinitis was flaring a bit and my hands were saying, no more! Luckily, I had some bean vindaloo in the freezer. I guess it worked out perfectly. I was planning on something else for dinner, but bean vindaloo and homemade naan ain't bad for dinner. In fact, it was pretty darn good. And then I had a donut. One of these, recipe coming soon. I think you're gonna love them. And that was my food day. How was yours? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already to see more vegan recipes and meal ideas each week. And donuts and cookbook reviews. Bye for now.